Welcome to Debbie's Dares Demo. Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm going to get one in before my daughter's wedding here. It'll be the last one until I get back from her wedding. We're at 8 days and counting, and we're busy, busy, busy. But I just sort of started pulling at my hair, going, I want to do something. So I thought, well, why not do it for Debbie's Dares Demo and do it for myself? Because these things just rattle around in my head all the time, and I got to get them out. So that's what we've done today, or I've done today, is get them out. So I haven't played with my Wendy Vecchi Studio 490 stamps in a little bit, which is a shame, shame, shame on me. So I decided to pull them out and do something different. So I'm going to bring you down and hopefully get you a close-up here and show you what I do with my Wendy Vecchi stamps. A little chain, a little Prima, and some Shrinky Dinky. Right. Okay, I have some of Wendy Vecchi Studio 490 stamps. They're from Stampers Anonymous. They have this wonderful cushion backing, just like the Artful Legacy, which is what drew me so close to the Artful Legacy, is that they have that built-in cushion, which I think is fantastic. But again, this is one of Wendy Vecchi's creations. And all I did was take some regular Archival ink from Ranger. I stamped it on a bit of Shrinky Dink paper. I picked mine up at Hobby Lobby. There's probably different craft stores, or you can request it from your local scrapbook store and they will help you out. But I stamped it on here onto the Shrinky Dink paper, and then I very carefully cut it out. I didn't try to get too close. I don't know if you can, we'll see how it focuses. You can see I didn't get right up to the edge because you want to make sure the edge shows. And this shrinks, and when it shrinks, I want you to see how light color the little flower is. Again, it's a Wendy Vecchi stamp. These are all Wendy Vecchi stamps. You can see I put a large hole in here. I used my Crocodile, and I used my Crocodile, and I used the large hole. Here you get a better, because you're going to remember it's all going to shrink, and I'm going to put it on a bracelet, because that's what I'm making, is a bracelet. Yay! So I'm going to set one aside so it doesn't get hot before I want it to. I'm going to pull out my wonderful Heat It tool by Ranger, and I've used others. This one just gets hot a little bit slower and gives me a little bit more control. It's not that it's slow, it's just a little slower, gives me a little bit more head start on it. Again, this is going to do some weird things, but it's okay. Just keep a watching. And I put the white paper down here so that you can see what it does a little bit better. When I put it up against the brown, you can't see it near as much. But I'm just going to just carefully go over it. And I do have, in my arsenal of tools, a heat-resistant little spatula. It's a small one. You can do little tiny eggs, pick up little quiches, however you want to do. Ooh, watch this thing go. And you'll go, oh, smash it, smash it. No, I don't want to smash it. I want to shrink it. And it's going to curl up, and I'm going to shrink, and I'm going to shrink it down. Honey, who shrunk the kids? And it's still shrinking. It'll be okay. It's not going to stick. It's not going to turn into a molten lava here. I've done several of these already to put on my bracelet. And I've done this before. I started doing this last summer whenever I went to the Fisketeer event, and I want to be very careful picking this up, but I want to try to get the backside a little bit, make sure it all shrinks down like I want it to. Ooh, look at it starting to flatten out there. And just use your little spatula. You can just touch it. I can see it's not all shrunk. You can take and flip it over. Just be real careful that it is hot. When the Shrinky Dink material gets really, really hot, you don't want to be touching it. And you can see it. If you can't see it, it is going down even flatter and flatter as I shrink it with the heat gun. Now, it's about as shrunk, I think, we'll just take a double check at this corner here, as it's going to get. Now, just to make sure it's going to lie flat for me, I'm going to turn off my heat gun, put my heat-resistant spatula up there, and let it cool off for just a second. Dun, 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 dun. That's all I needed. See, nice and flat, and it's still warm. I'll show you how it turned out. Much different size, as you can see. And here we go. Ta-da! Can you see that beautiful, beautiful Wendy Vecchi stamp? Absolutely, totally rocks. And the hole is now small. and it's going to fit my jump rings. So I'm going to set this aside with my other piece, and let's do this one more time with something that's colored a little bit lighter. I used a sepia on this, and it's a Wendy Vecchi stamp, but the sepia, and you can use the Adirondack lights, and they will end up being a bit darker because you're shrinking that color and concentrating it down. So that is a good thing to have. Now you have to be careful using them because it will come off while you're touching it. So all you have to do is just be very, very careful cutting it out. Ooh, look at this little thing. You see this little thing? It's like it comes alive. Because it's smaller and has less mass to it here because of the little petals. I'm going to flip it over carefully. Make sure I've got it heated good before I let it go. And it's got a nice little hole there where I need... Ooh, did you see it? Oh, it's just like wiggle worms on it or something. It's cool. I really like it. And the color becomes concentrated. When it cools off, I'll show you. I'm going to set my heat tool aside because I won't need that. And you can see that I'm not flattening it, well, I am in a little bit of a way. While it's hot, I want to make sure it dries, cools off flat. Ta-da! It's still a little bit warm, but it's not too warm that it's going to burn you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take my necklace that I started. Ta-da! That is a Prima Flower that I picked up at A.C. Moore's. I'm going to pull it up here. All I did, I'm going to let it focus. It will focus. Give it a second. I'll be still. It'll be still. And it's working on its little magic. But what I did was added a white eyelet. There it is. To it so it doesn't pull out. And just added my little jump ring to it. And so that's the center of my bracelet. So all I need to do now is add the other pieces that I have created for this. You can see I have some other pieces here. There's going to be a piece here, and then we'll put my flower here. And ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Let me see. Ta-da. Turn my little flower over there, and that's what I'm going to get is this little bracelet. I'm going to put it together and come back. Ta-da! Prima Flower with an eyelet. And then Shrinky Dinks with Studio 490 flowers. How do you like that? Let's pull it up. You can see it. It's all so pretty. Let's see. Yep. And so this one looks lighter, but it's not. It just has polka dots on them. Ta-da, ta-da. Now all I have to do is put my bracelet pieces in the end. And I'm finished. And I've had a creative moment here. Things you'll need will be, of course, your Shrinky Dink paper. Crocodile will pop your holes and put your eyelet in. If you want to do it Studio 490 style, there's some Studio 490. Some Archival inks, Days on ink will do just fine. Your scissors and some jewelry tools. And of course your heat craft mat that you saw down here. And your handy dandy, one and only, heat resistant spatula. Flatten it down. God bless you. Look for the dare and have a great day.